All right. Welcome back, everybody. It is a beautiful morning here on the Gottfried farm, and I think today we are going to. Let's see. We did feed the cows our couple bales of hay, so they are now up to 44% productivity. So they should be good for a little bit. And I did check, and our silage pit is done fermenting. I did not figure out, however, or check to see if we got TMR. I'm a little nervous to check. Uh, I've done that once before, and once before it worked, and once before it didn't. So anyhow, I think today we're going to harvest field 27. Looks like it has barley on it, and that is the last field we own that was planted with crops. There is canola up on field number 1, which is a field that we don't own, but we'll probably go harvest that too. But I thought today we'd start with getting the crops out of field 27. So Farmer Jake has the International there. Say hi, Farmer Jake.
Hi.
He's got the International there with the tipper. I'm going to jump in the our far harvester here, get it fired up, and we will head on down to field 27. Jake's going to follow us down and see if we can't get some harvesting going. We do have our giant bale trailer there for our tiny little bales that our Sipma makes. Looks kind of funny, but it is what it is, I guess. But got a couple of our straw bales there that Jake wanted to bale. So are you following, Farmer Jake? All right, let's head on down and get some harvesting done. I have been thinking about what we're going to do with the money we got, and I really think we'd like to do the brewery, just to do a little bit of UPK stuff like that. Maybe an orchard or something, but we'd definitely like to start with the brewery, I think. And we'll probably sell those 2 universal tractors. See if we can't find somebody who's interested in doing a restoration project on them, maybe, and maybe we can get a little bit of coin out of those, and we'll just invest that money right into our brewery operation, because we'll need to buy the brewery. We will need to buy. Let's see. Let me get in here and get going. Jump right in here. We'll need to buy the brewery itself. I don't remember what the prices are, but of the brewery, but we'll need to buy that. And then there's a special like box truck, or you can either put it on a truck or you can put it on a dolly, but at any rate, you need a special trailer or truck to haul the beer and to be able to sell it, and we'll have to decide what kind of sell point we want to do. So kind of just decided if hopefully we can find a flat spot or a good spot to put this on this map. Hadn't really looked around for area to do any placeables yet, so I don't know if we'll get that done in time to have a batch ready for Oktoberfest, but I think that's the direction we're going to move, just to have something a little different besides the harvesting and cows on this map. Thought it would be fun. This is I think by looking at the map, this is kind of a weird shaped field here. None of the fields are too big on here. I think we'll stick with the potato harvester that we have also. I just don't think that I'm full, Farmer Jake. I just don't think that the big potato harvester is really appropriate for the map that we're on and the size of the rest of the equipment. So maybe I'll have to get in and just turn off um, the crop damage component of the drive control mod. Although it is a bit more realistic to have it on, I guess. But you know, I have to decide one way or the other which way we're going to go, and maybe that just makes the more sense, and maybe we'll just turn it off when we're doing potato harvest, and we can leave it on the rest of the time. So once I know we figured out to do the TMR in the silage bunker, I'd like to get some more cows. So you know, we're definitely going to need to be able to keep going on the potatoes to be able to feed our cows and keep that facility running smooth. All right, hop back in the cab here and continue on. Would like to give a big thanks to the Bipolar Prophet. He gave us a little shout out on Twitter today, and we got a couple subscribers to the channel. So maybe we'll get a couple more out of that. You know, that just happened a few hours ago. So I've been talking to BP back and forth a little bit on Twitter, and he was kind enough to answer some of my questions on the setup he uses to record and stuff. And as I mentioned before, this whole YouTube thing is pretty new to us. Farmer Jake, which is my son, he's 7. He thought it would be cool if we could do a channel like some of the ones him and his sister watch for doing games. So we thought we would give it a go, and we've been watching BP for quite a while, and you know, we like his videos, and like I said, he was kind enough to help us out and answer some questions about us getting set up and going. So and Jake says this might be a good spot to do our brewery, and he just might be onto something there. That is a nice little parking lot, nice little flat spot. Good call, Farmer Jake. Might be we'll have to investigate that a little more and see if that wouldn't be a good spot to put the brewery. The brewery's not too terribly big, I don't think. It's been a while. But anyhow, special thanks to BP, and you know, I don't know if he's actually watched any of our videos or watches too many of them, and that's fine. He's busy with his channel. He's got a lot going on and doing the testing on that new map, which is pretty interesting to watch that series. So, you know, anyhow, big thanks to BP. Really appreciate that. Get us a few subscribers, and you know, whether a lot of people subscribe or not, we kind of me and Jake, we're having a good time doing it, and you know, learning and gaming together, and that's really why we do it anyways. And if anybody else can, you know, find their way along, and you got room to get in there, Jake, you know, enjoy what we do or see what we do and follow along in the progress of our farm, you know, that's pretty cool too. So kind of filled up in a tricky little spot here. See if we can maneuver a little bit to help Farmer Jake out, and here, I'll come to you, buddy. There we go. Once I make it around this first time, you'll have a little bit more room to drive on the edge of the field. So we do need to get a fertilizer too. Probably just do a small drop spreader will work fine for for what we're doing. So we'll be able to use this barley out of this field, and I think one of the other small fields we did had some barley, and we got some wheat. We'll be able to use all that grain in the brewery to make the beer. It takes, if I remember right, the ingredients it needs is barley and wheat and water, I think. So we'll need to get us a water source too. We can go buy it at the garden center, but there is a UPK placeable that is a solar powered well, which is pretty nice. So we'll probably just go ahead and upgrade to that and get us a spot set up here a little closer to the farm, because with the brewery we will be needing quite a bit of water, and might make the most sense if we can make the initial investment and have a solar powered water source right here on the farm. Then in the long run that's gonna save us money, I think, since we do have the money to make the initial investment up front. And see if Farmer Jake can find his way around to us here. Here he comes. This might be actually one of the larger fields that we own on this farm. Oop, that ain't what I wanted to do. Let's see, I was going to do the map. I think it is, and I don't know, it might be about the same size as 10 and 15, and I thought we might combine 8 and 9 together to do as a larger potato field, since when we really get the cows going, then we really didn't get many potatoes off of that one small field, although it was probably not a fertilized field, so we could increase our yield this time around probably by doing fertilizing. So okay, and we are finishing up our last pass on a couple passes on this field to finish up the harvest, and as soon as Jake gets down to the end there and we get him unloaded, we'll I decided what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, we found a buyer. Well, the shop found a buyer who is interested in our 2 universal tractors. He's gonna buy them to restore them, and so we're gonna go trade those in and or go sell them to the shop, and we'll take the money from that and invest in the brewery, which is going to be pretty expensive, to So the brewery is 250,000. So hopefully we're gonna take enough stuff up there and see if we can get enough to get the stuff that we need and see if it's gonna fit on our little flat spot up here. Alright, so we will just leave these two here for the moment and switch over to here and wait for Farmer Jake to get switched in. And get started up here. And it is you know, it's too bad we got to get rid of this tractor. I really do like it. It has a great sound. It's just too loud, and it will not work for the multiplayer or for recording because it's just too loud. It drowns out from across the field if you're not the one in it, and textures are great, and the fact that it runs out of gas super fast. Both of these universals run out of gas halfway through one of these small fields, so maybe somebody will fix that and we'll be able to go buy it again. So we're just waiting on Farmer Jake here. He got hung up on a sign. Alright, we got Jake unstuck, if you will. And I think we went the wrong way to get to the shop. We're doing a U-turn, Jake. Oh, good job. We'll meet you guys back at the shop. Okay, well, coming up on the shop here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one in, and we'll get rid of it. And here comes Farmer Jake, and if he'll let me hop in that one, or actually, can you unhook the trailer on the block and then park the tractor in there too? Nope, don't push the trailer out of the way. Gotta get them both on there. I'm not sure. We got this to haul wood chips. We'll just go ahead and sell it because I think we're going to need about all the money we can get. So we'll sell that. Oh, and we'll sell that. So that gives us $325. I think we can work with that because let's see. We are going to need. We're going to come in here and we're going to need a truck. And we can use this one. And we're going to need, this is the box, the cooler box to haul the beer. We're going to need that. And we can put it on the Model A. And then Jake, you gonna load that up and drive it back to the farm? Alright. we'll watch, see if Jake can get that swap body on there. And then that's going to be our delivery vehicle that we'll use to... That'll be our delivery vehicle that we'll use to take our beer to sell it.
I'm coming. Hold on. Let me back my way in.
So I'm going to click back over to here and see if the brewery's going to fit in this little spot here that we were hoping it would work. So we'll go to, should be in the UPK factories, and there's the brewery. And why is it not showing it to us?
It won't show you.
Not exactly sure what's going on here, but it's not wanting to show it to me. Okay, wonder what is going on. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, well that turned out to be quite the ordeal. But we did get it placed, just not where we wanted it. I had to end up, let me see something here real quick. Getting out of multiplayer. For whatever reason, it would not let us place it in multiplayer. So I had to go to single player and place it in single player. And it did not fit here where we thought it would be a good spot. However, I did put, we did purchase our solar water well, and we put it right here on the back side of this field we own on this little parking lot. So we did find a nice little space pretty close though for the brewery that's going to work out just fine. We're going to go ahead and take this trailer full of barley there right now and go ahead and get it up and running and making some beer. So we found a nice little spot in this little grass meadow right over here next to the biogas. So you can see it there. There's our brewery facility up there. Oh, and of course has a nice, we're going to be running into that quite a bit, I have a feeling. So just come in here through the gate and just take our trailer right up on the unloading point here. And why is it, oh boy. Now what's going on? Doesn't it want to take our barley? did put it back in multiplayer and logged Farmer Jacob back in, and it seemed it was as if it was going to be okay. I thought we have used the brewery in multiplayer, but it certainly... Oh, there we go. Alright. We hit the trigger that time. So, that's where you put your wheat and barley in. And then over here, on these two areas here, it will produce regular beer from the... If I pull up the F1, it'll produce regular beer from the barley, and then on the other one, it will produce wheat beer. And the byproduct, the other ingredient is water, which goes in over here, which I ended up having to buy this, was able to work a deal off of one of the neighbors to get this old water trailer, so we had a little bit larger water trailer. I think this holds 12,000 liters maybe, because the brewery uses up a lot of water. So we're going to need to be able to keep that stocked, and I did a couple test runs making sure the trailer would work, and I think I did 3. And as you can see, that only gives us 18% of water, I think it says. So, and this is the same truck we can use to pull this trailer that we put our swap body cooler bed on to deliver our to sell our beer. So that's pretty cool that we can make that multi-purpose. And the byproduct of this whole operation, which I completely forgot about, is TMR. So you just pull your trailer up right here under this conveyor, and you know, puts TMR in there. So not sure how you get TMR out of the beer brewing process, but you know, whatever. We'll feed it to our cows nonetheless. And something I wanted to show you guys, before I did place it here, I did a little bit of groundwork. You may or may not know that if you cultivate the grass, it will change it to this sort of painted texture, I guess, if you will. And you can see the difference here. And what's nice about that is if you're going to put a placeable down, it eliminates some of the tall stalks of grass and that kind of stuff from coming up through the concrete textures and stuff. So it's kind of nice. You kind of figure out how much space you need, and you just cultivate, and keeps a nice little area like that, and it keeps the grass beat down. We might mow up a little more, so we got a little bit more room of like a driveway in here, but for now we really just wanted to get the brewery facility set in here and see if it was going to work, and we ended up spending about $300,000 to get it all done. So we are, as you can see, we're broke. We're down, more or less, we're down to $8,900. So and that's a nice little view there with the mountain in the background, but maybe we should just do... We're just going to do a little screenshot of that right there. Alright. Anyhow, I think that's going to be it for this episode, and feel free to leave us a comment if there's anything you'd like to see us do on the farm that we haven't talked about or thought about yet. So I think in the next episode we will maybe start some planting and check on our silage pit and see if we actually made some TMR. Please feel free to give us a like and maybe subscribe to the page. I'm your host Zigzaggy with Farmer Jake, and we'll see you next time on the farm.